Hello, welcome to Digital Entertainment World. We are here with Chris, and Chris is a speaker agent. You want to tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Yes, I'm a speaker agent, so I represent people in their speaking careers. So when somebody's a CEO, a founder of a company, an entrepreneur who's done something revolutionary, a best-selling author, or sometimes motivational, inspirational speakers who just did something that not many people know about, but it's an amazing story. Those types of people are the people that I represent when they go and speak at corporate and private events.
Okay, very cool. So what got you interested in this field of work?
I had a background in sales for many years, and I had friends who worked for a company that does what my company does, and they were saying, you should do this, you'd be really good at it. And I took a meeting with somebody who was kind of in that world, and I said, I can do this. So I got into this. So it was a sales background, and it's being an agent is very much being a salesman, and being any kind of an entrepreneur, any kind of an executive is about sales. Mm-hmm. So I own the company that I have. I'm the CEO, and I founded it, and I'm a salesman and I'm an agent. So it's all because of sales that you can do any of those things.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So when you started your company, did it require any funding? Was it all networking? Because obviously sales.
I had like $10,000 in the bank, and I felt enough to get my bills paid. I already had a lot of people that wanted to continue to do business with me, because the person I worked with had retired and kind of gotten out of the business, and she had taught me a lot about ethics and a lot about how the industry works, and I was well on my way to starting a company. And then I had a lot of people come to me and say, ooh, you should represent this person. Ooh, here's a speaker that you should meet, who you should represent. And that's been a way that I've met a lot of the speakers that I represent. Just
so
word of
cool.
mouth.
Yeah. So what brings you to digital?
I have a couple speakers who spoke at this event. Nolan Bushnell and Ken Rakowski. Two amazing speakers. Yeah. Nolan created Atari and is the father of the video game industry. So
we have an interview with him coming up. We're really excited about it.
Pretty amazing. You will love him.
And he also founded
legend.
Chuck E. Cheese, right?
He founded Chuck E. Cheese's, and he's also the co-creator of GPS technology. He used to race yachts, and he was out there with his friend on this boat, in the middle of this race. It was like 3 a.m, and they're like, how can we figure out how to track where we are in the ocean and win this race? Mm-hmm. So when they got off the boat, they already had an idea of how they were going to do it, and the technology he invented is used in Google Maps and GPS technology today.
Wow.
Yeah, he's incredible.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Youngry, we are essentially trying to reach hungry entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So what advice would you have to
And younger ones, right?
Young and hungry.
Right, and the Millennials and Gen Y, I would assume, is who we're talking to.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a speaker named Josh Tickell, who is an incredible speaker on the Millennials generation, and how important they are, how powerful they are, how mobilized they are, how connected they are, and how large they are. They're the largest generation ever. They're 90 million strong, and that's 20 million more than the boomers. And the boomers are 20 million more than my generation, Generation X.
It's growing.
So you're a millennial, you're one of 90 million, and there's a lot of challenges, but the great thing about them is they're doing a lot of entrepreneurial ventures and a lot of thinking for themselves and cause-related things, which is great. So it's an amazing generation.
Yeah, I've been reading a ton about how millennials just want to make a difference. They want to make a difference in the world. They don't want to work jobs that aren't going to impact in a positive way.
Yeah, they really care more about things that other generations didn't care about. They care less about the money and more about the cause, and more about the difference they're making, and the more about the recognition that they're getting, and the more about the companies that they do business with. What do they represent? Are they sustainable? Yeah. Are they working towards just not getting the profit? Are they working towards helping people? And that's usually a good formula for success. So Tom's, the shoe company, when you buy a pair of shoes, they give a free pair of shoes away to somebody in the third world countries that has no shoes and can't go to school without shoes on. So they're missing school because their parents can't afford to give them shoes. He got so upset, this guy named Blake Mycoskie. And Blake is the owner of Tom's. And Blake is a speaker who I represent, who I've booked to speak. And he's an example of that type of thinking, of where I'm going to create a company to solve a problem. Another one of my speakers, Jay Samet, says things like, you know, an entrepreneur or a new company is a problem being solved. So problems are just new companies waiting to be founded to solve that problem.
I like that a lot. So
Yeah.
for anyone who sees a problem and has an idea how to solve it and wants to become entrepreneurs, what's your best advice for them?
That's the best way to create a company, is to have a problem that you are upset with, or is, you know, the status quo is something that you don't agree with. And there's a problem, and you know the solution. And sometimes it's literally like a problem, like how to, you know, do something in your home, or something with your office, or something with your computer. And if you can invent the solution to that problem, that's a company right there. So that's pretty cool. So I would say, you know, always be thinking about everything and how you can be a problem solver.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love Youngry. I think you guys are doing something really cool, and giving a voice to this generation is really important, because the generation is large and strong, and it's going to have to save the world. So I hope you guys help them accomplish that, and I wish you the best.
Yeah. Thank you.
You got
Stay
it.
hungry.